Travis Wayne Goodsell. The lighting of the TV next to me here uh, turns my face orange from the rest of the room. I'm like Trump, the Orange Man. All right, so uh, this one is a philosophical topic. So if you can't handle intelligent discussions, I warn you right away. Stay away, run away! Brave Sir Robin, run away! Uh, Monty Python's Holy Grail, if you're not familiar. Alright, so if you can not be too distracted from my orange face, um, the specific topic is about people who make outlandish claims and then demand that critics of such outlandish claims have to prove that their criticism is legitimate and correct. I'm sorry, but you guys can't do that. That's not the way it works. If you're the one who instigates a outlandish claim, and that has to do with religion, you know, the whole Jesus and all his miraculous miracles, it is requisite upon the person making the claim that such actually happened to prove that it happened. You can't say, you know, you guys can't prove it's false. Yes, we can. It's real simple. It didn't happen. Can't happen that way. It defies the laws of physics and blah, 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 whatever critics come up with. So the ones making the claims are the ones who have to prove that they're legitimate. So in a matter of law, it's also that way. If there's somebody who reports a criminal action, they have to prove to the cops that the person that they're accusing is responsible for the crime. Otherwise, the police are going to say, get out of our way. We're going home. You know, the crying wolf. You know, so that's why it's absurd that people are making police calls on people just because they're black. That's a new trend under Trump. And I mean, it goes back to the witch trials. People were accusing people of being witches just for the sake of not liking them or having disagreement with them. You're a witch! I'm calling the cops! Or being exposed as committing a crime yourself, so you first accuse the other person of a crime so that you can silence them, thus committing a crime, further crime. Yeah, I mean, if you're a store owner, I mean, obviously somebody broke the glass to your business, but it could have been you, and the police don't know that. And so what the police have to do is investigate, and they have to think of you as a suspect of the crime. So for bank robberies, for example, they have to check the employees of the bank to see if it's an inside job. Just because the bank says, hey, we've been robbed, doesn't mean the bank is innocent of the crime. The police have to investigate all suspects until they can weed people out and identify who it is. So video surveillance is documentary evidence, and it has to be untainted, which means the bank doesn't hand it over after editing it. The police have to take it directly from the tape or the file or whatever. And you can't touch the crime scene because that messes up the investigation. Getting evidence and DNA and blood splatters and whatever else, fingerprints. And so if you do tamper with the evidence scene, you become an obstructor of justice. That's a crime. Can't do that. And so in the religious field, if you're going to claim to your followers that Jesus Christ is a supernatural being and above all criticism and beyond actual knowledge of, and that you just have to trust the leader of the religion, I'm sorry, but logic dictates people need to stay away from you. You have to prove your claims. And that's where the Mormon Church originally was different. Although it took until 1838 when Thomas B. Marsh's 8-year-old boy told Joseph Smith that he had a vision of Heavenly Father and Jesus Christ appearing to him, and then Joseph Smith went and recorded that he too had Heavenly Father and Jesus visiting him. But there's other factors involved. Joseph wasn't intending to start a religion. This orange is bugging me. He was intending to warn the United States, and the only way to do that safely was through a religious organization. And so that's why the church wasn't all produced on April 6th, 1830. It took time to figure out, okay, I guess we need to do this. All right, we'll do this. So yeah, their original intention was putting forth the Book of Mormon, and then other people started saying, hey, you're a religion, aren't you? Why aren't you talking more about Jesus, and why aren't you having this sacrament and meetings and this other stuff? So he had to change to conform to a religion. But his intention was to warn the United States of the threat of Trump in 2017 when he was put in as president. And I have other videos talking about that, but nevertheless, his claim about God in the first vision account in the Pearl of Great Price, the Joseph Smith history, he talks about physically seeing Heavenly Father and Jesus. Though, if you take the whole context into view, he actually just had a vision or a dream about it. He didn't actually see them. But the doctrine of faith, as understood by Joseph Smith in the Book of Mormon, is not the Christian understanding of believe in whatever you want, and you can call it truth, and you can therefore deny the reality of truth in the physical world that we call Earth, existence, mortality. And so, yeah, you have people who rise up claiming to be Jesus or a Messiah, and they use this false tactic, this fallacious tactic of claiming that they are who they claim to be, and no one can judge them, no one can confound them, no one can touch them, because they are who they are, and nobody can tell them otherwise. And sorry, it doesn't work that way. You guys have to prove you are who you claim to be. You can't just say, well, you just are unable to comprehend because you're just not listening, or you're not God like I am. It's a futile argument. It's like little kids going, yes I am, no you're not, yes I am, no you're not, yes I am, no you're not. No you're not, to infinity. Infinity times infinity. It's useless, childish arguments. So stop it. And one particular guy apparently is watching my other videos, so he knows exactly what I'm talking about, and I told him in an email today. So stop it. You're not him. You haven't proven it. The time has passed. You missed it. You're not him. Get over it. Move on with your life. Okay, so I've shown or demonstrated in the court process, if you're the accuser or you're the claimant, you have to prove your case. The defendant does not prove his case. In religion, the leaders of the organization have to prove their case. They can't just say whatever they want and force their members to do whatever they tell them to do using the God that they haven't proven to the people as their justification. Can't do that. Billions of people throughout the world are being fooled by religion because of this. And that's abuse. And it's got to stop. And then any claims that people make in social society, I'm sorry, but you can't be believed if you can't establish it. And if it's somebody else telling you, you have to say it. Somebody else told me this. I don't know, I haven't confirmed it, so I don't know the truth of it. You can't just say, oh, so-and-so said this. This is the way it is. That's called hearsay, and it's not a legitimate argument. So I hope that clears things up for people, that we're all being played as chumps in any field or any aspect of our life. People are playing us for chumps, and it needs to stop. So is it? I don't know, because people get violent when they're challenged. So that's the ugly side of it.